Debate is a competition where you have a team or another individual from another school that would argue over a topic presented to them ahead of time. Basically, competitive acting.
To me, speech and debate is a way to kind of express oneself in public speaking and kind of like be outgoing generally.
All debates start with a constructive speech, which is kind of like the opening prepared statements of a trial in a court. The second speech that you normally give is a rebuttal speech, where you address the major points given by your opponent. Every debate also includes something called cross-examination, which is a questioning period.
It's definitely just like kind of forced me to be more like conscious of like everything I'm saying and like outcome of like every argument I'm making, because like in debate, like anything you say can be questioned, can be put into question. So like, in real life, like I'm kind of always in that mode of what are the implications of every word that comes out of my mouth.
When you're competing in the club, you can choose either speech or debate or both. Most of the time, the people in the team choose one speaking event and one debate event. They have an option to pick a second speaking event if they would choose.
So for preparing for the debates, you get 2 rounds where you're on one side and 2 rounds where you're on the other. So it kind of forces you to look at like other perspectives of every issue, because like, yeah, you will get to argue at one point what you actually believe, but then the next round you'll be arguing something that you completely don't believe in at all. You kind of have to be able to prepare for both sides of everything.
You're not quite sure what they're going to say until they say it, and you have to come up with responses and rebuttals to their cases in the moment.
I would say it can be a challenge sometimes if there's like a topic that I really have a strong opinion on, but like a lot of the time the topics tend to have like pretty strong arguments for both sides.
There's a writing burden. It's like a research paper, which is probably what most students don't want to hear, but it really is a research that you start with. And you have to keep current with your research, because any other competitor could potentially bring research that is very, very, very current that would potentially outrank the research that you might have done.
One thing that I try to let people know is public speaking is a big part of like life in general. There aren't many jobs you can go into where you just don't talk to people, where you aren't convincing people or communicating with people. Debate and speech are both ways to like help you kind of interact with people and express your beliefs.